to Annapolis from Chapel Hill. So let's catch up on the news to start. First of all, some bad news. Morris the alligator has passed away. He was in movies such as Happy Gilmore and Blues Brothers too. He was 80 years old, more than 15 feet long. Yeah, I know. He was loved by many and will be missed by us all, but the good news, his body can be visited at shoe stores and leatherware. Second piece of good news is the boss, a grizzly bear in Braniff National Park in Canada, was hit by a train but is expected to recover. He is the alpha male in that part of Canada, and DNA research has shown that he is related to more than 70% of the bears in Braniff National Park. The good news is, when he recovers, he will be guest hosting the Animal Planet channel version of the Maury Povich, Who's My Baby Daddy? Third piece of good news, the Buddhist March for Peace ended up in Annapolis, about 5 minutes from where I live in Spa Creek. And so I immediately asked my bookie, how do I bet this? You know the Buddhist March during Olympic week? And he said, no. You never want to bet on the Buddhist team because due to their belief in eternal life, they have to forfeit every game that goes into sudden death. And Duke University basketball was in the news. In the college admission scandal, a Duke player's parents were caught paying someone to take the math test for him. When they asked the player why his parents had to pay someone to take the math test for him, he said, I blame it half on my parents, half on myself, and the other half on my math teacher. Can't go wrong with a Duke University basketball joke. Immediately after that, Duke, to mitigate the public relations problems, came out and said, we are going to embrace artificial intelligence for our basketball program, because if our players can fake intelligence, they can fake taking a charge. Now that happened to me when I was living in Chapel Hill. I answered a personal ad online. The person said, I love a good wine. Turned out it was a Duke University fan who wanted to bitch about how they haven't made the Final Four since 2015. And the last piece of basketball news, Caitlin Clark, the WNBA star, announced that when she retires from basketball, she is going to run for Congress so she can join the Black Caucus. She said she wants to join after the Black Caucus after she retires so she can continue fighting with black females. But like I said, I recently moved back to Annapolis from Chapel Hill, and there have been a lot of changes in the Annapolis area since I left. I mean, the first one is legal weed. Did you know that the Amish markets can sell cannabis products where it's legal? And last weekend when I was down at our market, I knew they had the good stuff because the buggy behind the Amish market had tinted windshields. The other way you can notice is the Iron Rooster has their custom-made Pop-Tart, and a Pop-Tart's the ultimate food for a stoner, because whatever food do you need to know the color of to know what flavor you're eating. And like I said, I live over in the historic district near Spa Creek, and you can really see what's happening with the cannabis there, because a lot of the people are dropping their edibles, and their dogs are eating them and getting high. Well, this happened with my dog just the other week. I threw the stick for him to bring back, and he came back riding a skateboard. Now, another thing you have to change with as you get older is how your friends treat you with their mothers. I mean, one thing I learned growing up playing lacrosse in the Annapolis area by the time I was in junior high school is, there are a lot of good-looking mothers. There's always some idiot who's, always telling you how hot your mother is, or, what mothers he wants to do when he's in 8th grade and stuff. And then invariably, when you come back home from college, what you also realize is there's a lot of good-looking sisters out there. And then it's the same guy who's talking about how much he wants to nail your mother is now telling you if you look at his sister, he will kill you. Until you finally say, hey dude, just because you want to have sex with my mother does not mean you have to threaten me with looking at your little sister who has been standing under the mistletoe for the last half an hour. But that all changes when you're middle-aged. When you're coming back and they find out you're back in town, they say, dude, it'll be great now that she's over 40. She'll have snacks in the refrigerator for afterwards. Say, dude, it'll be great over she's 40. She doesn't worry about the keto diet now. To her, a balanced diet is a donut from Growls in one hand and a donut from Carlson's in the other. It's no hometown humor. I wrote this figure out. And he says, dude, it'll be better now that she's over 40. She has a new therapist who prescribed Ozempic. So, yes, she still hears the voices in her head, but they're not talking about how fat she is. But, things settled down. I started dating when I got back here. First female I met over at the Little Free Library on Fleet Street. But, when she broke up, she said, she just never thought we were on the same page. Hey, I got two more like that. The second one I dated, she was a science teacher at St. Mary's, and she broke up because she said she just didn't think we had any chemistry. All right, this is the last one, I promise. The third one was a reporter from the Evening Capital, and she said, surprise, things didn't work out because we look so good on paper. Well, I'm surprised because who reads the Evening Capital anymore? Hey, but things worked out. I've gotten into a good relationship now. We're working things out. I can still have problems. On Valentine's Day, she accused me of forgetting about it, even though I sent her flowers. I'm not going to talk about it, but all I can say is it was a very realistic-looking emoji. And her mother doesn't help at all. We went to her mother's house on her birthday, and she claimed we did not remember it was her birthday. Like it's my fault she didn't have a pen for us to sign the card? And so we decided, to just make her more of our life. But, when we had the recent so-stall, she ended up in the hospital. It's not like I didn't tell her to dress warm or to shovel my driveway. Hey, but let me tell you, I love living in the historic district. I live a block away from Spa Creek. And it's so progressive that Monday is my favorite day of the week, because that is when we recycle. And if I separate everything correctly, they leave a little card in my mailbox, in my garbage can. How can you not love historic Annapolis when it's so progressive, even your garbage cans get a participation award? And you can tell, you compare it to watching The Sopranos, where the collecting the garbage was a front for the mafia. But in Annapolis, they leave a business card with it, so it's so progressive. Collecting the garbage is a networking event. And you could really see the difference, too, because in The Sopranos, all the garbage collection guys would wear those, track suits and stuff like that. But in Annapolis, all the garbage men carry lacrosse sticks. And the special reason I love living in the historic district so much is the first Monday of every month is when they pick up lawn trimmings. That's, when you put out your bark, your twigs. And so I learned and developed my personal philosophy of life that it is always darkest before the dawn, so that is the best time to rake my leaves into my neighbor's backyard. Another thing you don't realize about the historic district, because we're so progressive, we have a very active swingers club there, and with people who have multiple sex partners. And you could really see it on Valentine's Day last week, because all the swingers got Valentine's Day cards addressed to occupants. And a lot of them are real estate agents, and you can really tell when they're looking for partners, because they'll have a sign in the front yard that says back on the market. And we had bad vibes with one real estate agent and another. They got together as swingers, and one was submissive, and she said, I want you to humiliate me. The other real estate agent said, none of your listings sell at full price. But like everyone else, they have problems with the HOA, and what the swingers have the most problem with that is they can't have sex outdoor because the HOA says no moving objects in the front yard. And you know you're in a historic district because we switch partners on every Monday because that's when we recycle. I think Jonathan Yates up next.